Alright, so in this video I'm going to go over the running boards on the Jurassic Park Ford Explorer. They are not Ford brand running boards, the factory option ones. They're made by a company called DZ in Des Moines, Iowa. Yeah, they're still around today. They make off-road truck accessories. Yeah, for whatever reason they didn't go with the Ford brand running boards. I know they released a dealer option. Like the truck wouldn't have come with them, but the dealership has running boards that they bolt on. It's kind of like an added thing. Yeah, so the best thing to do is to look on Craigslist for these things. Search for 1991 and 92 Explorers, and just see if you can find any. The reason I say 91 and 92, you're not going to have much luck with 93s and 94s, because in 93 and 94 they added that plastic rubber, or no, that plastic rocker panel trim, which kind of comes down to here, so it makes these boards pretty much useless. I mean, I guess you could probably bolt them on, but then yeah, you're not going to have a spot for your foot. Yeah, so I think maybe even in late 92 they started putting those panels on. But yeah, just search Craigslist. A lot of times people won't even put in the listing that it has running boards, especially not what brand. So just look at 91, 92 Explorers, just see if they have them, if they have any running boards at all. Sometimes the pictures aren't very clear. You might have to ask them for more pictures. I have seen a few of these in the junkyard when I first started my build. The bad thing with the junkyards, especially the bigger junkyards, they use forklifts a lot of times to move the cars around when they come in. Yeah, and they dent up the running boards. I remember I saw, I think, probably 2 sets of these now locally here, but they're all destroyed. I think I took some of the mud flaps and stuff. Yeah, just as spares or whatever. But yeah, the best thing is Craigslist. The part number is 202-829. You might get lucky and maybe find a new old stock like in the box or something, but there's not really a market for these old aluminum boards. They're not worth that much. A lot of people don't even hassle with removing them when they take them to the junkyard, when they take the truck to the junkyard. So just something that you have to search for. These first generation Explorers are getting kind of rare, at least in my area. There's far fewer of them in the junkyards than there were. But yeah, Craigslist is probably the best spot to look for these. Yeah, actually, I found this set on Craigslist. It was a junkyard that was parting out a car. It was a small junkyard. They only had maybe a couple dozen cars, but they posted a picture of the truck on Craigslist that they were parting it out, and I was on travel for work, and it was really, really nearby, and I went there one day, I think it was the day before I left. I had a couple hours to kill, so went to the yard, pulled them off, boxed them up, and took them to the FedEx store and shipped them back home. Yeah, I think I maybe paid like $60 or $80 for them, which is kind of a lot from a junkyard. If it was at one of the junkyards around here, they probably would have been like $20 or $30, but they're pretty rare, so I went ahead and grabbed them because I had the opportunity to do so, which is actually a good thing I did do that, because the version I have on my truck now has these bolts and this bracket that actually attach the mud flap part here to the board. Which in the movie they have this version which doesn't have any bolts on it, and there's no brackets. It actually has like a little threaded spot for the screw to go in. I don't know why they made this change. Yeah, I don't know if this is a newer version and that's an older version or what, but this one is exactly like the one in the movie. Yeah, I still need to actually restore them, repaint them, and put some fresh grip tape on here. which I will do eventually, and I will swap them out on this truck. But yeah, the grip tape is right here. Yeah, this is actually still available from DZ if you go to the website. I forget the part number, but I'll post it. You can just search for grip tape, I believe. Yeah, and it's an odd size. It's like I forget what size, 3 inches and something. It's not like 3.5 or 2.5, or it's a really odd size. I know I looked at Ace and Home Depot and Lowe's and stuff. They sell grip tape, but it was either too big or too small. I mean, I suppose you could get the bigger one and cut it down, but it was a little expensive to order it from DZ, but it was a direct fit. Yeah, so the stickers, these are pretty faded. The one I have on my truck now is actually a reproduction that I made at work. We have a machine that prints foil labels, and I printed them. The only bad thing is that it's in black and white. It doesn't do color, so the color is faded off. I actually found a while back on eBay a set of stickers, which was kind of interesting. But yeah, they're brand new. And they still got the color on them and everything. So I'll probably put them on this pair when I restore them. But yeah, I think that's about it. Just search for 91, 92 Explorers. Like I said, don't put running boards just in the search term. Just search for Explorers in general, and just go through every one and see if they have some running boards on them. And there's a good chance that they'll be these. I mean, there's only probably a handful of companies that were making these running boards back then. So yeah, these aren't that uncommon. Like I said, I see people grab these every once in a while. Like I said, I found a few of them in the junkyard near me, but they were all destroyed. But yeah, I think that's about it. The mounting brackets, don't forget to grab the mounting brackets. Or if you're convincing someone on Craigslist to sell them to you, make sure you ask them to get the mounting bracket. It is a little crude. The mounting brackets I'm actually running on this truck are actually are from a different set of running boards that were at the junkyard. Yeah, I actually just I'm using them on these boards, but I like this one because it uses the seat bolt that pokes through the bottom of the truck to mount, so you don't have to like drill any holes or anything in your frame. But yeah, that's about it. Grab the mounts. Yeah, these can be kind of hard to convince people to take off. It's a little bit of work. Yeah, especially if they're the bolts are rusted and stuff like that. But yeah, it'd be best to find them local if you can. But yeah, just keep searching, and eventually they'll pop up. But yeah, I hope that was informative. Thank you for watching.